Welcome to Archive Facts. Today we are diving deep into a secret underground society of Paris that has left the authorities baffled. This mysterious group operates in the shadows, emerging only at night, and their actions are so significant that they once made it to court. While some call them an illegal organization, others believe they work for the betterment of Paris. So, let's unravel the enigma of this underground society. In 1981, a young student from a Parisian school did something most kids wouldn't even dream of. Instead of playing in the park or watching cartoons, he sneaked into historic sites at night, places where he definitely shouldn't have been. After successfully infiltrating several places, his eyes were set on his biggest target yet, the Pantheon, one of Paris's most famous buildings. The Pantheon, built in the 18th century, holds great historical significance. It houses the Foucault pendulum, the device that proved the Earth's rotation. Originally a church, it now serves as a mausoleum where legendary figures like Voltaire, Victor Hugo, and Marie Curie rest. Sneaking in here was no small feat, but the child and his friends didn't just enter, they explored the historical artifacts up close, without security having the slightest clue. The next morning, as they returned home, one burning question consumed their minds. What's our next target? Unlike other cities with only a few hidden historical sites, Paris has an entire underground world. Beneath its streets lie 350 kilometers of tunnels that secretly connect private residences, government buildings, and national monuments. This young group of explorers soon discovered the catacombs of Paris, a network of eerie tunnels filled with human remains. But inside the catacombs, they stumbled upon something even more shocking. A tunnel packed with mysterious cables leading straight to the Ministry of Communications basement. Security should have been tight. But that night, fate was on their side. They explored the entire basement undetected, and in a dusty drawer, they found something that would change Paris's history forever. A detailed map of the Paris catacombs, a guide to secret entrances, hidden doors, and forgotten underground pathways. Armed with this priceless map, the group formed a secret society called Les Yeux, Urban Experiment, a clandestine organization that would shake the very foundations of Paris. Unlike criminals, they weren't interested in destruction or theft. Instead, they had a mission to restore and protect Paris's neglected cultural heritage. Les Yeux secretly built bars, restaurants, and even a full-fledged underground cinema beneath Paris's streets. But that was just the beginning. Over time, they expanded into different units, each with a specific purpose. Mouse House Unit, experts in infiltration and security evasion. Intergunther Unit, responsible for restoring abandoned heritage sites. Le Mexicain de Perforation runs secret underground film screenings. One of their most astonishing projects, the complete restoration of a forgotten World War II bunker, a 12th century crypt, and an abandoned metro station. Paris was shaken when priceless paintings by Picasso, Modigliani, and Matisse were stolen from the Museum of Modern Art. Everyone assumed it was an international criminal gang, but the truth was shocking. A lone thief had simply scaled a wall, broken a lock, and walked away with millions in artwork. Here's where it gets interesting. Les Yeux had warned the museum months earlier. They had secretly conducted a detailed security audit, pointing out major vulnerabilities. But instead of fixing the issues, the museum ignored the warnings and called the police on Les Yeux. The museum's security chief refused to believe that such a breach was possible. But when the theft actually happened, it proved that Les Yeux had been right all along. Les Yeux had a special connection to the Pantheon. They often used it as a secret exhibition space, holding private art galleries and film screenings, only to restore everything to its original state by morning. One night in 2005, a member of Untergunther noticed something unusual. The famous Wagner clock, built in 1850, had stopped working. Instead of ignoring it, they took it upon themselves to repair the clock in complete secrecy. They set up a hidden workshop beneath the Pantheon's dome, complete with a bar, bookshelves, and even a small vegetable garden to sustain them. After a year of secret labor, they fixed the Wagner clock. But rather than keeping it a secret, they decided to inform the Pantheon's administration, a move they would soon regret. The administration was furious. Not only did they refuse to acknowledge Les Yeux' work, but they also ordered the clock to be dismantled again. When clock experts were called in to restore it, they failed, and the Wagner clock was permanently deactivated. The authorities then arrested 4 Les Yeux members and charged them with breaking and entering. But in a surprising twist, the court dismissed the charges, stating, "We do not punish those who work to preserve history." And just as the trial was happening, other members of Les Yeux snuck into the Pantheon and reactivated the clock for Christmas. Despite their legal troubles, Les Yeux continues its secret work. They have restored numerous heritage sites, but they don't publicize their projects. Some rare interviews suggest they are currently working on undisclosed projects that the world may never know about. Now this raises an interesting question. Does every country need an organization like Les Yeux to protect its rich heritage? Should a group of passionate individuals take matters into their own hands, ensuring historical monuments don't fall into neglect? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mind-blowing content. And if you loved this episode, check out our next one about how an unknown gang kidnapped one of Europe's richest men and how the police finally cracked the case.